Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's King Havo back, and I've been working on some cool stuff here. I hope you guys enjoy it. It's nothing groundbreaking, but it's something that I've been having some fun with and playing around with, and I wanted to share it with you guys, to my subscribers and watchers out there, YouTubers. You know, as you know, I'm not happy with the current football options we have, and I'm always trying to do things to learn and to put my own efforts into improving gameplay and trying to get things like APF and the older games, bringing life back to them. So for those of you guys who follow me, you know exactly what I do, but for you new guys, I'm always trying to find a way to come up with new ideas and things that I can work on. And one thing that I've been trying to learn is Maya. And for those of you guys who don't know, Maya is a 3D modeling software. A lot of the AAA companies out there like EA Sports and 2K, they all use this type of software. And if it's not Maya, you know, it's 3ds Max. Some people use Blender. It's a free option. Indie companies probably use that more often. I'm using the student version right now because it's very expensive, and really I'm just playing around, just trying to get some skills under my belt. And you know, what I want to try to do in this project is just build a character, build a 3D model football player, build a helmet, rig him with bones, and you know, and rig him so I can do animations, and so there's different phases. You start out with the basic modeling using polygons and spheres and different objects, and then from there you start to work on the rigging and then the texturing to put colors and skin and all these different things that you can put on your player, and then you can start animating, and then from there you can export out as an FBX and throw them into Unity or Unreal Engine, and you know, have the guy moving around. So I want to show you guys what I did so far. I'm in the process of working on, like I mentioned, creating just a football player here, and let me just get centered up here. So this is just a picture that I used to try to get the outlines correct. So if you look at this here, you can see that I'm trying to shape the body to match up with this image here. So if I take the body out, you're going to see that, you know, it's pretty close. And if I take out the actual texture here, you're going to see that, you know, the outline's fairly tight compared to this here. And what people do is they get a picture like this, and they get a side profile and a front profile, and even sometimes a back profile, and this is what they use to build the skeleton and build the framework, I should say, of your model. So you start out with this to get the shapes right, and then from here you basically start to, you know, work your way out, and then you start to get more 3D advanced. This picture of this football player from Damon Groh's group is something I just use as a shape, you know, to get my head focused. So as you see here, you know, I kind of used it as a way to see the head outline. I think I was using this side to do that, but you can't see it right now the way I have it set up. Anyway, so I want to share with you guys what I've done here. You know, it's nothing spectacular, and I'm still working on it, but there's a guy that I follow on YouTube, and I'll put a link in the description below. I think you guys should check him out if you guys are interested in this. And he's a cool dude. He's I think he works for 2K Sports, working on the 2K basketball game, and he has some pretty cool tutorials out there. And one of them that I followed, he was making this ninja character, and it really helped me with making my model here. So you guys should check him out if you're interested in doing this stuff. By all means, you should do it. And you know, he teaches you how to build these polygons and connect everything together, and even the muscle, and and the way you have this texture down here and the different shapes and contours, and he does a pretty good job showing you how to do all this stuff. I mean, even the hand, to be able to make the hand look like this. And what I tried to do is take this model that I was looking at down here, and really make something that's not even like this one here, more just a football player, and see if I can find a way to create it and rig it with some skeleton and bones and get some texture on here and get this guy looking like a real football player. So this is what he looks like right now. I spent an enormous amount of time working on this guy, and it just takes a lot of work. Every one of these polygons is custom. You're building all these from scratch. So if you guys have ever messed around with this stuff, you know what I'm talking about. It just takes a tremendous amount of work, and I wanted to share it with you guys. I thought it was something that was kind of cool, and I spent some quality time on it. I thought that it was something that you guys could enjoy. And here's the head. Let's look at the head real quick and see how that came out. I'm not finished, obviously, but this is just a small view of what the head looks like. So yeah, so I mean, I complain about games and I don't like where we're at, but I also am one of the guys who'll do something, and believe me, I'm not making a game, so don't get it twisted. I'm not somebody out here that's trying to put out a game and tell you that I'm making something great, and it's just not happening. And at least anytime soon. This is something that I'm working on as a project. Maybe one day down the road I can work on football games as a dream of mine, but for right now it's just something I do on the side, and I really would like to see how far I can take this. Looking at the head here, you're going to see all of the different polygons, and all of these shapes here really take a tremendous amount of effort to do, and you can sit here and pick all these different pieces on here and start to select different areas, and it's pretty interesting how this all works. Now these are all connected right now, so they're all one piece. If I were to do that, you can see it moves around. One thing that I don't know if I mentioned it already, when you work on these models, you work on one half at a time. So basically I'd be working on this half, and what you do is you can duplicate. Once you're done with the right side or left side, you would duplicate it over to the other side. So instead of having to do all the work twice, you just do it once on one side and then just copy it over. So I basically created the whole entire right side, all the way through every part of the body, the the arms, the jersey, the pads, the shoes, the body, the neck, the hands. I mean, everything you see here. And once I'm done attaching the hand and everything, I'm going to copy that over here, and you're going to have a full model. So I'm pretty much done with the basic outline and framework of this guy. He's not perfect, but I'm pretty much there in terms of the way that he looks. So one thing that you can do is, once you're done working on him and you see how he kind of looks all polygoned and polygoned up and blocky, what you can do is you can smooth him out, because what will happen is when you render the guy, he's going to smooth out to a regular looking character. But what you can do, you can press 3 on the keyboard and you'll see him render. I mean, his head changes from more of a blocky look to, and I'll show you more this way, to a smoothed out look. You see that? And if you pick his whole body, you're going to see the same thing. And you can see, if you look at the muscles on here, and I'll pick the arm, you can see how he goes from this to something like this. And this is a preview. When you render this out and you export it, you're going to see this is going to look, I think, even better than it looks right now. But basically what you're trying to do here is you're trying to create the muscles. And you see how I kind of twist this around and turn it around. And there's ways that you can contour the body to, you know, to make these segments to look more like muscles, you know. And you can see the different indents in the arm and whatnot. The hand is something else that, you know, came out pretty nice, I think. And you know, I did this with a free hand, basically. Like, I did it literally freehand, no pun intended. And I think it came out pretty nice. So anyway, so this is the model I'm working on. The plan, like I said, was to try to take this and rig it with the skeleton and bones, and then, you know, do some texturing and animations, and you know, put it into Unity and see if I can make this guy run around. So that's pretty much all I had. I know the video went probably longer than I wanted to, as usual, and but I hope you guys enjoyed it. You know, by no means is this anything fancy or you know, or groundbreaking, but this is just somebody who's out in the community who is just trying to learn how to do some of this stuff, and it's something that I encourage a lot of you guys out there to try. If you're at all interested, you know, I'll put some links out there on where to go and get started on this stuff, and maybe you can, you know, you can do it yourself and make some cool creations. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll be on with some more videos soon, so keep a watch out, and thanks for watching. Peace.